Hello, my dear children. Your favorite tutor is back, and I'm here to help you absolutely smash those exams.
I know. Exam time means tension time, right? And fractions can look a little scary. But don't you worry. Trust me, this topic is actually super simple. In just the next few minutes, you're going to feel like a master. So are you ready? Cello, let's begin.
Okay, so let's start with something really easy, just to warm up our brains. We're going to look at multiplying a fraction by a whole number. Simple stuff.
To understand this, let's imagine a story. See this little tortoise? He's a slow and steady fellow. He walks 1/4 of a kilometer in 1 hour. So the question is, how far will he walk in 3 hours? Well, it's just 1/4 plus 1/4 plus another 1/4, right?
And that repeated addition is just a fancy way of saying multiplication. All you have to do is multiply the whole number, which is 3, with the top number of the fraction, the numerator. So 3 times 1 is 3. And the bottom number, the denominator, it just stays the same. So the answer is 3/4. See? Easy peasy.
All right, you've mastered level 1. Feeling confident? Good. Now let's see what happens when two fractions become friends and multiply with each other. This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, so let's try to find half of 1/4. Now here's a little secret. Whenever you see the word of in fractions, it almost always means you have to multiply. Think of it this way. You have 1/4 of a big chocolate bar. Now your friend asks for half of your piece. The piece is going to get even smaller, isn't it?
Look at these pictures here. On the left, you can see that 1/4 of the whole box is colored. Now look at the picture on the right. We've taken that same 1/4 piece and we've cut it right in half. We only want that one tiny shaded part.
So here's the big question. How big is that tiny piece compared to the original whole chocolate bar? Well, if we extend the lines, you can see the whole bar is now made of, count them, 8 equal parts. And we have just one of them. So 1/2 times 1/4 is 1/8. Ta-da!
And this brings us to the golden rule of multiplying fractions. It's so simple. You'll love it. You just multiply the top numbers together, and you multiply the bottom numbers together. That's it. So for our problem, 1 times 1 is 1 on top, and 2 times 4 is 8 on the bottom. We get 1/8. Perfect.
Okay, multiplication is now your friend. But division? Oh, division of fractions can seem a bit tricky. But don't you worry. I have a super-duper magic trick for you. I call it the Ulta Pulta magic. It makes division problems disappear and turn into easy multiplication problems.
The secret ingredient for our magic is something called the reciprocal. Now that's a very big, fancy word for something so simple. It just means you flip the fraction upside down. You do the Ulta Pulta. So the reciprocal of 3/5 is just 5/3. See? You just swap the top and bottom numbers.
So here's the magic trick in 4 simple steps. Ready? 1. You write down the problem. 2. You take the second fraction and do the Ulta Pulta. Flip it. 3. You change that division sign to a multiplication sign. And 4. Just multiply like we already know how to. You solve it like an absolute hero.
Now, knowing the theory is great, but getting marks in the exam comes from solving problems, isn't it? So come on, let's put our new knowledge to the test with a real exam-style question. All right, here we go. Tenzin drinks half a glass of milk every single day. The question is, how many glasses does he drink in a whole week? And of course, a week has 7 days. Now, why don't you be a star and pause the video right here, try to solve it yourself, and then we'll do it together. Go on.
Did you try it? I'm sure you did great. So the first step is always to figure out what the question wants. It's half a glass every day for 7 days. So we just need to find out what is 7 times 1/2.
Now we just use our very first rule. We multiply the whole number, 7, with the numerator, which is 1. So 7 times 1 is 7. And the denominator, 2, just stays where it is. So the answer is 7 divided by 2 glasses.
Now, stopping at 7/2 is correct, but if you want to get those extra bonus marks and really impress your teacher, you should convert this into a mixed fraction. So, how many times can 2 fit into 7? 3 times, right? And what's the remainder? 1. So, the final answer is 3½ glasses. Well done.
Wow, we have covered so much.
Let's just take a moment to quickly summarize the most important things. If you're revising just before your exam, this is the part you absolutely must remember.
Here they are, your 2 golden rules. For multiplication, it's super simple. Multiply straight across. Top with top, bottom with bottom. For division, just remember our magic. Ulta, Pulta. You flip the second fraction, and then you multiply straight across.
And here's a neat little trick to check your answers. When you multiply any number by a proper fraction, one where the top is smaller than the bottom, the answer will always be smaller than the number you started with. It's just like getting a discount at a shop. The price goes down.
And now, for my final exam tip. This is a real time saver. Before you multiply, especially with big numbers, always check if you can simplify things. Look at the top and bottom numbers. Can you cancel any common factors? Doing this first will make your calculations so much easier. Trust me on this one.
So, there you have it. All the secrets to multiplying and dividing fractions are now yours. We've done it all. So, tell me, are you feeling ready to walk into that exam and score full marks on this topic?
Of course you are. I have full faith in you. All the very best for your exams, my dear children. Just stay calm, remember these simple tricks, and you are going to do wonderfully.